Hello guys, it's me again. Let's implement the drawings because they are drawings, they are not diagrams from the last video. Where we define two web services. You remember X, Y companies. In the term of X company, we have software as a service here, which is C++ application. Which had function that raises the number x to the power of 2. Okay, we will extend this, we will make it more complicated. There's no problem. For now it will be very simple. It will be written in Java by us. Okay, so let's start by defining the project first in this video. Okay, go to your web browser search and write Spring Initializer. The URL is *spring.io. Go there. Now, this is the Spring configuration wizard implemented by Spring Boot developers, by Spring developers. So we first gonna choose our build tool, Maven or Gradle. I use Gradle at work, but Maven is used by the majority of projects, so we will stick with Maven. We will choose the version 3.3.5 at the time of the recording. This version is the latest stable version here. Don't use snapshot versions because they are in current development and can have some regressions or bugs and so on. For the project metadata, for those few who don't know, it is read in reverse, like the artifact is the component, the example, the group and the example value is your company name. So we will write here company Y, strange naming, but this will be the group name. The artifact is the current component, calculator machine. Okay, because this web service, it's even a microservice because it does only one thing. It have one function. Okay, it will be a microservice. And how we read this? How we read it? First, calculator machine, our company, and .com. So this is the component. If we have another component, again our company, again .com. This component and all, this component too. Okay, we read it this way. There is a description, web service for calculations. Okay, the packaging, let's talk about it. Why jar? Because when we configure Spring Web as a dependency in Spring Boot, okay, it will give us embedded Tomcat server, and this jar will contain the server, so we can deploy this somewhere as a standalone application. No problem, the server is inside it. The .var, we should use it when we have some application here, Spring application, and for example Spring application. It is .var, and we have another component, which is the server. We grab the WAR file and deploy it on the server. Here we have two components. Here we have one component. Because of that, we choose the packaging jar. And now when I choose to add dependencies, when I write Spring Web, you can see here, uses Apache Tomcat as the default embedded container. Okay. We are gonna use Spring DevTools. This live reload is very good for fast development and restarts of the server for small changes. I'll show you what I mean in a minute. We will use Lombok. This saves us how it says reduce boilerplate code. We don't need to use defining constructors, getters, setters, and so on. We can use annotations for this. There are builder patterns, annotations, and so on. But we will start defining the things in the code without the Lombok, and then we use it. Later we will use JPA, Java Persistence API, but for now we don't have a data source. We will mock one to do the things step by step, so we will stick with those three dependencies, and let's build a project by clicking generate. Okay, you can see I have done this a couple of times. I'll pick now the zip file from the download folder and I'll paste it in my idea projects folder. I will uncompress it. I will delete the zip. Okay, I don't need it. I will open it from IntelliJ idea, and you can use Eclipse or whatever you want for IDE. I like IntelliJ. Okay. So few words about the build tool. We choose Maven, right? Okay. Why? Why we need a build tool? Because if we don't have it, we should go in every site and pick up jars as a dependencies, and we should copy this in our project folder in our class path. Every time we add dependency, we should add it to the class path. If you want to update the version, again, the same thing. Go to the website of this dependency, download the jar, put it in our project folder, and so on. So, if we don't like this, we don't like it, of course, we use Maven. We have a POM file, you know, pom.xml. The definition is in XML format. Project object model, if I'm not wrong. So we define here the dependencies and the versions for them. And when we build a project, what will Maven do? First, it will search in the local cache in our local machine for the dependencies. If they are not present here, or some subset of the whole set is not present, it will came to the second step, that it will search it in a repository. Okay, by default this repository will be the public one. The public one from the Maven community, from the Maven project. But if you work in a company, I think you will have a private repository. Okay. And it will use this one, not this one. Okay. Once it downloads the dependencies from here, they will be saved in the local hash. You can delete this by hand, and again it will download the dependencies, save it here. Sometimes when there are bugs with the dependencies, you can clean this hash by hand and download the dependency again. Okay, there are clean, build, and so on. We'll talk about these operations later, but in a nutshell, the build tool help us with these tasks. So let's generate the project. I have done this. Okay. Sorry. I have imported it here in IntelliJ, and I will start the project now. To see if it's working. Okay, we can see the logs here. Started, the application name in 2 seconds and 84 in 2 seconds and 84 milliseconds, and it started, it's running, everything looks great. Now, last few things here. If we open this annotation, we will see here we have component scan. This annotation scans the project for beans, configuration files, and other components in the current package. I mean everything is outside this package. For example, if I have package here called some package, and if I have a bin here or REST controller or something else, it will not be picked up. It can be, but it must be explicitly configured here in the component scan. Okay, so this for now. The project is built. Here is our POM file. Okay, we have parent for the Spring Boot. We have the version we choose, and we have the group ID, artifact ID, the version. You can see we're in current development right now. Snapshot. Here we have our dependencies, Spring Boot Starter Web, the DevTools, the project Lombok. And now let's make the live reward. How to build. Let's search for how to build. Okay, let's do it in the next video, actually. I should Google what was the configuration. I will do it in front of you. There's no problem. Okay, this for now. We have a running project and we will build it